Hey, what's up, everyone? Blood Moon FT here, and today we're going to be reviewing Trails of Cold Steel 4, Act 2, the rest of Act 2, through Eventide. So, Act 2, we'll cover a bit of that, Act 3, and then all of Eventide. I've just, binge played through a crazy amount of the game since the last video, and I actually took a 2-week break as well because classwork was picking up. My job, things were getting crazy. Everything was going crazy. Whenever I had a little bit of time, maybe like an hour or an hour and a half, to do anything, I was playing Trails in the Sky. I think that's the name of it, Trails in the Sky, right? Yeah, so I've been playing Trails in the Sky. I'm enjoying it a lot. I love it. I love the simplicity of it. It's different because I see that some of the Trails games, like those older ones, the ones that aren't Cold Steel, some of them came out later than like Cold Steel 1 and 2, but they still have that same simple look, which kind of threw me off. I thought that they were all just extremely old games, and then once they hit Cold Steel, they started changing how they looked, and they look way better now. But no, that's just their theme for those Trails games, which is interesting. I kind of like it. If you told me 5 or 6 years ago, hey, Blood Moon, you're going to be playing this game, Trails in the Sky, look at it, I'd laugh in your face. I actually would laugh in your face. Because back then I would only play open world games. They had to be AAA only. They had to have immaculate graphics. If they didn't, I wasn't playing it. But as I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate story and music. Story, music, and characters a lot more than graphics, when the game came out and the publisher. And I love indie games. I love indie games so much. I love them. AAA games are absolute garbage, and I truly feel bad for the people who are stuck in that AAA mentality and just will refuse to touch anything that isn't AAA. But yeah, let's get into what we were talking about. Where we left off, Atrocious Raid played. We have that massive skirmish on the Pantagruel, and like I said in the last video, they set them up really, really good, and then they just fall flat. They don't really do anything. I felt like it was kind of pointless for that whole battle, because they were setting it up for a legit fight, and then Osborne's just like, yeah, okay, hope you got scared. Goodbye. End of the world's in a couple days. I was like, what was the point then? So yeah, in order to combat it, let's see here, I'm checking out my videos and stuff, because it has been many weeks. We were going to the different shrines, or I guess you can't really even call them shrines anymore, but it was time to prove our worth, and the first place we went was to look into that mirror or whatever that would show the truth, the objective truth. Rose was like, yo, Celine, you better come with your human form. So we pulled up, we went to the Luna Sanctuary, and we fought Rose in her true form, not just her MILF form, or GILF form. We fought her in her true form. But before that, it's pretty standard. We had to fight, I think, two mini-bosses before each one. So our first mini-boss was Vita, obviously. Beat the brakes off Vita. I still have PTSD from her. And then, Le Guin, Aurelia, was the next mini-boss. Not fun, but we managed. Pretty easy. Let's see. But yeah, we fought Rose in her true form, and it turns out she is Roselia the Burning Sphinx. She is the true, the beast. Remember at the end of Trails 3, we killed the other beast, and I was wondering where this one was, because we saw a flashback of 2 of them. So it turns out Rose was the beast all along. Very creepy looking, very disturbing kind of in certain shots, certain angles. We fought her. She was fairly easy. I didn't really have too much of a pain fighting her. Didn't struggle too much. But let's see here. When we learned the truth, we learned everything. That was massive lore. How Leo and Zeno were mourning the Jaeger King, and then Alberic was like, yo, I'll either resurrect your guy, or we'll do the Red Constellations guy. Your choice. So they really had no choice. And he was basically set up from the very beginning. And then we heard that voice again, the relinquish it, your entire being to me. We see Dreikel's getting harassed by this freaking tentacle spirit black ghost thing. I was like, what the heck is that? So that was interesting. And then we see the Iron Maiden. She a baddie. Sheesh, Lied. But yeah, we literally learned like everything, all the lore, and it turns out that Dreikel's was reincarnated as our boy, freaking Osborn. I was like, oh crap. And it makes sense because like they explained how like that shadow followed him, you know? It wanted Dreikel's. And Leanne, she somehow stayed alive that entire time. And she was like, okay, he has a kid, he has a wife, he's chilling. I see he's happy now. So that was all said and done until our home got freaking bodied. We got attacked. And also we learned in that flashback with Ulbrich and Sharon, like, yo, he was straight up the instigator, to be honest. But yeah, we got attacked, and that's when, you know, Osborn was at his weakest point, and he was just begging someone, anyone, and that's when he appeared. That's when Ishmelga, the Ebon Knight, appeared and took advantage of this. And I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's some massive lore. Big old lore dump. Which is very sad. It's very sad how Osborn was a chill dude. But, you know, he was unfortunate enough to have to be the reincarnation of Dreikel's. And, you know, we talked more about the curse, how it's impacted everyone, and Rean starts getting freaking mad. He's like, dog, it's just a game to this freaking Ebon Knight, dude. Ishmelga, he's like playing us like it's like we're a fiddle. And yeah, that's when Valimar appears and takes us to this like weird little domain realm thing. Since they're all secondary awakeners from the first game, they were able to talk to us. And dude, this crushed me. It was so sad because the moment I saw Valimar, I knew Milliam would show up. And my god, dude, when Milliam, like the sword turned normal again, and then Milliam started talking to everyone, I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I hate this. Every time this freaking game manages to crush me when Milliam shows up now. It's so sad. But, yeah, Milliam's like apologizing, like she wasn't strong enough. She caused all this grief. She didn't think that, you know, trying to protect us would cause this. So, oh my god. And, you know, I really am proud of Eustace's character development because he, like everyone who played the game knows, he is adamantly against Milliam from the very, very beginning. He was like, no, she's a spy. I don't trust her. Get her out of here. I hate you. Like, bro would go at her throat every single chance he got. And now, like, bro, oh man, dude. So, we talk it out. They explain the lore about how Ishmelga, we need all the divine knights, and how they explain the rivalries. They explain it a little bit better, and how, you know, if we absorb enough of the divine knights, we'll have enough power to rival Ishmelga. But also the problem is the Ebon Knight wants to wait until it can absorb all of them. So of course, bro's just chilling until we get all the power and bring it to him, like on a freaking silver platter. So yeah, we get amped. Everyone's all hyped. They're like, come on, I'll always be with you. I'm like, let's go, dude. That's sick. That's freaking awesome. So we learned plenty, and I was so happy about it. So then next, oh yeah, this one, dog. This one. So I did the bonding event with Muse. My god, yeah. Sheesh. Remember last time she had the 2 bullets to kill herself if she needed to, and she ended up giving the bullets to us, and we were like, yo, you're not gonna need this, dog. But she used it as an excuse, being as cunning as she is, and she stole that kiss. I was like, dang, good on you, Muse. Okay. Okay, you go, girl. Nice. I didn't mind. So yeah, after that, let's see. And this is stuff that I was somewhat forgetting. Oh yeah, so we had to go and fight the Jaeger King, but the Jaeger King was protected by a freaking barrier, right? So we had to take down the barrier by going to one of their the black workshops, or yeah, I guess it's Alberic's his ship. We needed to invade their ship and take down the generator, which Elisa's mom was also helping make. It's like, what the heck? And Professor Schmidt, and you know, I loved this scene because it was like we're getting our get back, you know? How when they launched their attack on us, we launched ours back on them, the counter-offensive. Because when I already knew this song was going to play. Freaking Atrocious Raid, baby. Atrocious Raid 2. I was like, oh my god, yes. I was like, it's about time our guys get that song, you know? Yeah, the enemy's cool and all, but we're cooler. When the Radiant Wings pull up, we will win always, no matter what. This game really is like the fairy tale of JRPGs, and I like it. Like, dude, look at that! You can't tell me that's not cool, man. The freaking Atrocious Raid.
It's not as rough up here as I thought it'd be.
This is just them saying hello. If we can't find an opening, we'll have to make our own. We'll leave it to you. You got this, Crow? Hell yeah.
This entire scene was just beyond hype.
How it's done. Of course.
So yeah, Crow cuts a path open for us, so we can get up in there. Emma teleports inside, and it's time to go. So we fight Sharon and Georg. It's George. And, you know, Sharon's being all melodramatic. She's like, oh, I've severed my ties with you, and I'm the severing chains. You could have my name back. I was like, Sharon, shut up. Get over here. You're back on our team, dog. Like, your abilities use a lot of CP, and you're kind of useless because of it, but your voice lines are worth it. So we fight Sharon and George. Freaking bodied them. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt bad for them. And just when we got Sharon back, well, the way it worked was like Black Alberic, Elisa's mom was like, that's not my husband. Yeah, his body's back, but that's not him. So you're still one of our maids. Yeah, you're still our maid. She was like, okay, bet. I was like, well, that was easy. And then freaking George over here tried to shoot himself. Or sorry, spoiler alert. First, they dropped in the Leviathan on us, the new Ultimate Zauber Soldat. And I was like, dang, this thing's a monster. But yeah, we beat it. Sharon was holding it back, which is actually incredible. And we took down the shield generator. I was like, all right, it's time. But yeah, George tried to kill himself. That didn't work. They were like, all right, happy days, it's all good. Everyone was happy. And now we're back to continuing the rivalry with the Jaeger King. So next, Sharon, you know, she apologizes. They show her name card, Sharon Kruger, she's back. I'm like, yay, happy, let's go. So yeah, the next plan of attack is to invade and fight the Jaeger King. But also at this point, we're getting like new ultimate upgrades, our S-Crafts, which is pretty cool. I thought that they weren't even going to do S-Craft upgrades, but they ended up doing it. So we get to Rutger, and he gives us that reason, you know, we're Jaegers, we're mercenaries. We get paid to do something, we're going to do it. And I was like, okay, well, he's staying true to it, even though I think it's kind of dumb. But, you know, we fight him, and honestly, he was pretty tough to fight. As a regular, like, fight. Like, Bro was actually tough. But, you know, they played, Believe, and I was like, yes, Believe! So, we fight him, we beat him, and then it's time for the freaking mecha fight, you know? So, we get up in there, and my god, that was hard. That was so tough, dude. I definitely believe that, honestly, I actually don't. He was incredibly tough, but that was not the hardest Divine Knight fight I've faced so far. Without it, that was not the hardest. So we beat him, and then he disappears. Obviously, you know, Fee was crying. She felt like crap and all that. And I was like, dang, dude, poor guy. You know, he was talking about how proud he was. He was like, you know, you're straight up my daughter, you know? And I was like, dang, the way he feels towards Fee is how I feel towards, like, Milliam and Altina. And, you know, almost, it got me choked up a bit. I was like, dang, dude, you know, Rucker's a good dude. Well, I mean, he's not a good dude, but, you know, he went out like a good guy. Fee was his gateway to being a normal father, you know, aside from killing people. But yeah, we absorb the... I forgot the name of it, the official name, but it's Zector. He calls it Zector. We absorb Zector, and we get our nice little upgrade. Our horn becomes one horn, and it's like pretty sick. But let's see. After that, we had more bonding events and stuff, all that good stuff. With the bond with Duvali. Let's see. I'm kind of just sorting through because these were bonding events. And I know, like, the canon relationship is with Elisa, but I really don't like her. Like,
I feel
she's kind of basic. I really don't.
As long as we
Sorry.
believe.
But yeah, we go to Orcus Tower. Crap, what was going on during that? I forgot. I think there was, like, a celebration or something. I think. There was a big window where I wasn't recording things, and I think this is where I took my, like, 2-week-long break. But, we're fighting through Orcus Tower. Pretty easy. I went and did the trial chest for Laura and got her whatchamacallit, her order upgraded. And my God, I'm glad I did, because one of the things that I always did throughout the game was I made sure I had Yuna on my team so I could have the break order. And, you know, I always felt like I wasn't doing enough damage, which is why I need to rush to break the enemy. But when I got Laura's upgraded one, dude, 200% S-craft with that crap just nuked everything for the longest time. It was kind of crazy. But we ended up fighting McBurns and Victor, Laura's father. They were surprisingly easy. Because normally, like, consistently, and I'm so excited because Mick Burns has consistently been an absolute terror through,
You better not hold back.
2? Was he? He was all the way back in Trails 2. Wow. Yeah, he's been a freaking menace for the longest time. And we still haven't seen his full power, dog. We haven't. That's insane. But we beat them. Victor's like, oh yeah, I was never brainwashed. I was just chilling, you know, because I want to. The curse is leading me astray. But Laura challenges him, and she does like the same thing that Aurelia did, and she ends up beating Victor. She cut his mask, and she's like, you surpassed me. And I'm like, hey, good job, Laura. She's finally surpassed her father. But then here comes this man, McBurns. Here comes Angbar, pulls that crap out. But they get interrupted by the the Vander family come in and stop him. And Bro's like, oh man, this is great. I can't wait till we can fight, you know, on the final playing field. And then we see this like shadow. He's like, I'm going to show you my full strength. We see this shadow. It looks sick. Dude, I'm telling you, that is going to be the cleanest thing ever when we finally get to fight him. But, yeah, we take down the shield.
I'll be looking forward to
And that's that. Now it's time to go to the next place. The next place we're going to find the Steel Maiden, Leanne, at the Stella Sanctuary. Probably one of the most visually pleasing background like zones. It looks very cool. And we fight, what's her face? Anea, because, you know, this is like Duvali's character arc. We fight Anea, and then we also fight Aeneas. And, you know, we beat them pretty easy, fairly simple. Once we get to Leanne, whew, my God. Yeah, oh my God, this fight, dude. Jesus Christ. You know, Rose does her emotional speech, and Arian Road, she's like, we don't want to push our mistakes onto you, because we literally already did that before. I don't want you to bear that. But yeah, it was a very intense scene, very emotional. And then, you know, she's like, yo, hey, here it comes. Time to get this whooping. I was like, oh, crap. Oh, my God. Whoa. Yeah, whenever Aryan Road gets serious, it's kind of crazy. She's like blonde Urza. The belief.
I appreciate your candor, but I shall speak
So
plainly
freaking
as
good.
well. You have no idea
Whew,
the
had to crack
true
my neck.
horror you face. The twisted
So she's
darkness
amping
of
up
the
this
Ebon
freaking
Knight
Ebon
and
Knight.
its
She's like, dog, you have no
curse.
clue what you're in
The
for.
snake that
I was
devours
like,
the world has
Jesus,
begun
come
to
on
stir.
now, give us a little credit. We're class 7. Come on now.
There is no
We're
time.
class 7. All right, bro, don't be like that. So we start fighting. And actually, Reen unleashes his freaking ogre power because he's like, yo, if there's anyone in this world who can handle it, it's freaking Aryan Road. But we fight her. It was a long fight. I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was just very long. And when we did end up beating her, we shattered her blade. And I was like, let's freaking go. So we got into the mech, started fighting. That was the hardest one I've had so far. That was without a doubt the hardest one by far. And it makes sense. This is the Steel Maiden we're talking about. She's no joke. And it's kind of funny now that I think all the way back in Trails 1, we got saved by her specifically. She was, because remember, I was talking about it, I was like the Lance Maiden. Obviously, I didn't know about the Steel Maiden back then, I think. They just called her the Lance Maiden because she was the Lance. But I just thought it was like a ghost or a spirit, you know, like a remnant of her spirit. But no, she was legitimately alive and watching over us for that like area when we were in Legram. I was like, wow. Thinking back on that, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. She was watching over everyone. So we beat her, and she's like, it's time for me to disappear. And then everyone's like, no, you're going to help us, just like you helped during the War of the Lions. You can't just give up that easily. And then Reen hits the the freaking Thanos Infinity Gauntlet Time Stone. Nope, you're not going anywhere. Freaking Aryan Road. So we're turning it back so she can stay. And I'm like, let's go, new waifu potential. Yes, yes, yes. Even though I knew that wouldn't happen. And then here comes this freaking dude. No, all legends must have an end. It's time to lay you to rest. He sounds congested, freaking Rufus. I didn't expect this to happen, to be honest. I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I hate Rufus, dog. He's such a scumbag. I don't like him, dog. Like, I could feel bad for the other Iron Bloods, but, like, Rufus, I don't care what his backstory is. Because I'm sure we'll get, like, a full thing when we do end up beating him. I don't care, though. So he stole our kill. And he got her power up, and I was like, oh my god, this is bad. This is really bad. And if I'm being honest, I believe that the Ebon Knight is going to betray Rufus and end up like taking the power, because he has the power of 2 Divine Knights now. And the Ebon Knight needs it, obviously. But yeah. Ouch. Bro spawns his wings and flies away. He's like, hey, you will not defeat me. It's so funny. But he leaves. And, you know, he's being a scumbag. So Aryan Road's disappearing. And then she's like, I'll leave you with one last gift. And she restores Valamar's ability to talk. And she makes it so Million can, like, appear as an astral projection whenever. And I was like, oh my god, yo, Aryan Road's just the GOAT. The freaking GOAT. And, you know, Altina and Yusa's getting all emotional. I was like, oh no, they're gonna make me cry again. This freaking game, dude. Why do they keep doing this to Million? But yeah, so now those two can like freely interact with us, which I'm very happy about. Even Campanilla comes to pay his respects. Like everyone pulls up. Well, ex like Ouroboros members, they come to pay their respects. And let's see. Oh, so this is when things kick into high gear. The salt pillars, they're called, spawn around like all of Erebonia, and I think there's 5 of them in total. Yeah, there's 5 salt pillars, and they kind of feed off of the negative energy of everyone. And then we see the Imperial Fortress, which I already knew was going to be like the final dungeon area, obviously. But we see the whole team, the squad, you know, Black Albert's like, yo, this is the stage for the final rivalry. We see the new Fitz, Claire looking, Claire. It really sucks that she isn't romanceable. That's a huge disappointment. But everyone's there getting all gassed up. And then we see everyone, they're like, all right, we're going to split into our 5 teams and go take out a salt pillar each. Once we take down the salt pillars, Class 7 will rush into the Empyrean Fortress and do what they got to do. So they're like, we got a day or 2 left before the true fighting starts. And now we're at Disney World, and we're just Michelin Land. And we're just chilling. And I knew this was going to be the final bonding area. All the boys, all the bros are standing around. It's like, dude, I don't have any regrets, bro. Tomorrow's the, last time we may even see each other, so go find the waifus, bro. Get with the waifus. I'm like, all right, here we go. Night of Promises. Here we freaking go. And I know I took another week-long break right when we got here. So literally today I came back to it. And let's see here. Dude, first off, I did not expect this. I did not expect Eustace and Milliam to be a thing. Kind of weird, kind of odd. I guess she is literally like pretty much the same age as him. It's just how she looks. That's the problem, right? Please tell me they're at least close, right? In age. Whatever. I'll pretend they are. I'll just give it the benefit of the doubt. Just her looking like that throws me off. Obviously, she died, and she's a freaking, whatchamacallit? Not a doll, a freaking, huh? How am I forgetting the name? Oh my god. I'm blanking on it. Doll, not a doll. A homunculus, yeah. She's a homunculi. So obviously she's not really going to age or change anything physically. But I was actually surprised. I think those two have a thing going on. Good for them. Good for them. I mean, I think I predicted that. I kind of knew when I saw like Trails 3, when they were always hanging out. I was like, yeah, it's kind of obvious. But yeah, I'm happy for them, dude. That was extremely wholesome. Like, good on you, Milliam. Even when she's dead, she still has a love interest. So we do this drinking game. The drinking game is pretty cool, very sick. It ended up being a 3-way tie between Sharon, freaking, oh yeah, Sharon, what's her name? Sharon, Edel, and Aurelia. So that was nice and all, very wholesome, very cool. Nice little drinking game. And that's what I'm like doing the bond events, trying to build up the stuff, I do the sparklers with Altina. I do, mostly I just did the Ferris wheel with a bunch of the characters. And it ended up like we had to meet them afterwards. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a little bit different. Because normally the scenes would happen immediately once you're done with the event. But let's see here. I tried doing Duvalese. Duvalese just stayed as a friendship because it had the star instead of the heart. And I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I hate this. Like, that was already one strike for Trails, right? And this is where things started getting bad. It annoyed me to no end. Couldn't romance Duvalese. She's a friend. I go to try to find Sharon. Sharon has a dude? Sharon has a man already. When? I guess I wasn't paying attention. I really missed something. She already has a man. I'll put the screenshot up. The screenshot's already gonna be up, but like, dog. I was sitting there like, dog, she's been in the top 5 ranking every single time consistently. What's happening? So that was beyond frustrating. I was seething, dude. It's like, who is this freaking guy? And in that moment, I was like, dang, this must be how people who hate NTR feel. This, I fully understand it. I understand it now. It's like I never liked it to begin with, but I was indifferent to it. Now I understand the pain. I truly do. So Sharon's got her own dude. And then we got our letter from Master Kufai. What's his name again? Whatever, the Master. And General Bright is going to do our test. He's going to give us our test to see if we can become a master. And it's kind of weird now, having played Trails in the Sky and seeing him here now. But Reen basically imagines Bright as himself, his own ogre, and we had to go through all of the different arts that we have. And once we did, we unlocked it, baby. The final S-Craft Arena, Breaking Dawn. I'm gonna play it. This thing is so cool. Hey, literally the cleanest S-Craft in the entire game. I don't want to hear anything else. Like, look at first, second, third. I think fourth is my favorite. Yeah, fourth is my favorite. Woo! Sheesh. Breaking Dawn, baby. Absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And then, like, after we beat him, he was like, "You're more than ready." And then we got our title of Divine Blade. I was like, whoa, Divine Blade. And then they're like, "Yeah, you can take on a disciple now." I was like, dang, I'd love to see Reen actually take on a disciple at some point. That'd be sick. And then everyone, all class 7, all the swordsmen, everyone's there. Everyone who support us. I was like, oh my god, this is too awesome, dude. They were watching the freaking duel the whole time. Oh my god. So freaking awesome, dude. This really is the fairy tale of JRPGs. The amount of support and, like, the friendship is magic. I love it. Like, listen, I love the friendship is magic stuff. Alright? I don't like characters dying. I really don't. I'm not really that much of a sign-in enjoyer. I enjoy friendship and overcoming all odds. Like, straight up, after watching Gurren Lagann, pure optimism just overflowing, oozing, you know? Whenever I play these games or watch these shows, I want all of them to be like Gurren Lagann. And so far, this game is delivering. So then it's time to do the final romances. And I believe the first person I went for was Laura. Even though I wasn't, at this point I was just doing this for the achievements, which felt kind of bad. But I'm not interested in Laura. She's blue hair Urza. And like I told you guys before, even back in like Trails 1 and 2, I wasn't interested in any of the classmates. It was always the older people, like straight up. Sarah, Sharon, Claire, those 3 are now off the table. Well, Sarah is, but like, dang, man. So many of my freaking top 5 are just done. Just like that. So we did the Laura one. It was very wholesome. I liked it.
A kiss is...
Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah. We did hers. We got that kiss, stole, I love you, and all that stuff. And then the lanterns getting dropped behind us. Very cool. The fireworks and the lanterns. Very nice. I think this ship works better than Rain and Elisa. You can get mad at me if you want. I don't care. I think it fits better. And then the second one, I went for Emma. Wasn't really interested in Emma either. She's huge. But, like, other than that, not really interested. We did all that. Very wholesome as well again. It felt shorter, but it was pretty good. For the third one, I did Elisa's, and I'm not gonna lie, I straight up sped through almost the entire thing. I don't care for her, I just want the achievement. They definitely did make it seem like, you know, this is the canon path, but I was like, nah, reload that save, baby. So we did Altina's, and no, it's not for the same thing that I did in the other games with Milliam. I wanted to see where this went, because this is their character development. It's important. Freaking Altina, her voice acting was just fantastic here. Very emotional. You know what? I'll just let it play. I'll let it play.
Instructor Reen! Why? Why me, of all people? I spoke with Leonora just before coming to meet you. I must have been acting strangely. She noticed I was upset and offered some advice. As it turns out, all these feelings swirling around in my heart, they're... Then why? Why did you call me here? This could be your last night alive. So why waste your time on some pale imitation? A fake who can't even understand her own feelings. It's not too late to call someone else. Someone who truly matters to you. It seems that even someone as dependable as you has a vulnerable side. So, during those moments of weakness, I want to be the one to protect you. It struck rain.
But yeah, that was truly the most like wholesome thing I'd seen in the entire game. Kind of wholesome. Yeah. I think it was the #1 most wholesome scene in the entire game. It hit me straight in the heart, and I was so happy for her. Like, straight up, the development that Milliam and Altina have gone through, fantastic. Best in the game by far. And obviously, Altina surpassed Milliam's development, because, Milliam died. Hopefully Altina doesn't die. I don't think the game would do that to us. That would be insane. So fourth, I did Sarah. And that one was pretty good too. I liked that a lot. But it also felt very short. And this is what I want to do. This was the culmination of everything I wanted through the first game. And it finally came to fruition. I was so satisfied. Yo, Lux's voice actress popped off here. So yeah, very, very satisfying. And honestly, I thought this would never happen when she was like, oh, I like the foxes. Or, yeah, the older gents. I was like, no! But look at that, we did it. We freaking did it. We fulfilled our promise from Trails 2. Remember that in the dorm room? She was like, if you want to get more, come back later. Here's the little sample. So that one was great. And then the one that I did end up going with, like, permanently, I just continued after that, was Muse. It's interesting because I think I did this out of spite because I found out about Sharon. And I was like, I just need to find someone who obviously wants me the most, which would be Muse. But it ended up being the best one. How? How did they make it the best one? I'm just going to let it play. This was somehow the best one. Actually, you know what? I'll let it play while I'm watching it, too. Because this was the only time we finally turned the tables on her, you know?
Perhaps, but I wouldn't want to waste your time. After all, now that the party is over, you surely have none to waste before your little rendezvous.
I thought she was joking at first.
Locked tight in a secret tryst, while I lay in bed alone, face buried in a tear-stained pillow.
But I'm sorry, dog. This had to happen since the beginning of Trails 3.
One of your other classmates, perhaps?
Oh, I know.
Of course, I mustn't
Not the
discount
classmates.
Instructor Toa or Sarah.
Now, Sarah, yeah.
Oh my! Don't tell me it's Yuna, or maybe even Elise.
Nope. Never. Never.
Instructor Reen? Well,
She's like, huh?
regardless, I'm glad I was
wish
able to be
Aurelia
this
was
close
an
to you,
option.
even for a little while.
That would have been nice.
What?
Her voice actress popped off here too. And this one was like longer than the rest too. I was like, dude, this is it.
What are you thinking? There are so many others out there who would give anything to be here with you. Too many to count. Tomorrow
Well,
is
you didn't
our
look into
final
the future
bout.
to see this?
You should be spending tonight with someone special. So,
Yeah.
why? Why bother at all with the empty words of a rotten girl like me?
I do wish that the Reen part was voice acted on this scene. I feel like it's very, very important. And it's whatever though.
I
She was
thought
shaking. She was
You had
shook.
already seen through my act.
She was so shook, dog.
I thought that no matter how much I flattered or teased, it would never mean anything more to you than just...
I was like, this is like actually like wholesome. It's pretty cute. It was like she was straight up actually trying for the longest time, dude. It's like, alright, fine. Get your prize. If I can't get with Sharon, there's no point. I don't really care at this point, so I'm over here just sitting here like, well, Sharon, good for you, Sharon. I'm happy for you. Whatever. Great scene. Very happy for Muse.
Really, my heart, it feels like it's going to explode. I just can't help myself.
I was like, good for her, dude. Like, she actually deserves this. Like, straight up. I don't know if anyone else feels different, but like, I was like, I'm okay with this.
Fair at all. You're the adult here. You should know better than to.
But I was thinking like, Sarah, oh, Sarah, dog, I can't do this. I wanted this for 4 games just to change at the end. Oh man, I did a rug pull right there. Hey, I did a rug pull on myself. I didn't think there'd be any characters that I thought deserved it more than Sarah. I was wrong. This game is freaking awesome, by the way. He's like, sorry, that was a bit much, huh? And then this line shocked me. This line that's coming up shocked me.
Never imagine you'd turn the tables on me like this, instructor.
Where is it? Here, it's coming up. Here it comes. Boom.
Damn it! I love you.
Woo! It's like, dang, go for it, Muse. But yeah, I just ended up leaving it with her there, mostly because it was only like what, those 5 or those 6, and I was like, you know, out of all those, that was more satisfying to me somehow than even Sarah. So then here comes the very, very long cutscene. September 1st, the first day of the war. This is where the skirmishes begin. They show all the like areas and angles and stuff for like the battlefield. They show everything going on, and it's actually insane. Let's see. We did some side quests. Oh yeah, we had this one where we went back to the hot spring because I wanted to refill some of my the CP bar to 200. This was interesting. Very, very interesting. Also, obviously, I changed Muse's hair to like the violet color. I did that a long time ago. The green just wasn't cutting it for me. But yeah, we had like a hot spring scene. Didn't really do anything, but you know, it is what it is. So this is the scene where we split off, we break off into our 5 teams. Everyone's going to their salt pillars, and then, you know, we're headed to the Empyrean Fortress. I was like, oh boy, sorry, Imperial? Why did I call it Empyrean? But yeah, this is where the long cutscene is. They're showing all the forces in the different areas. Literally a 10-minute video. I recorded it because I thought it'd be short. I'm not going to put it in here because that's going to make the file size way too big. 10-minute video just showing the amount of troops, where they're going, the counter-offensive troops, and they start flashing faces. I'm not going to put it in. I kind of want to. But it's going to make the file so big. All right, we'll see if I put it in or not. But they start flashing, like, pictures of characters. I'm guessing they're from, like, all the previous games that I never played. Because, like, I'm seeing, like, crazy-looking characters, good guys, bad guys. I'm like, dang, I wonder who all these people are. This must be the ultimate fan service for people who played through all the games. So, yeah, we get our teams split up. Everyone goes into their stuff. And at the end of each pillar, we have to fight one of the ions. And I went through each one, beat them all up. No big deal. They were pretty easy, especially when I was playing as Aurelia. Aurelia's was like incredibly easy. And then let's see here. Yeah, we beat the brakes off of it, destroyed all of it. Yep. Sorry, I'm like going through it right now. I'm going through the different videos that I recorded. Let's see. And then once we finally destroyed them all, it was time, baby. It was freaking time. Oh, wait. I think I'm missing something. Where is it? Oh, whoops. Okay, it is coming up. This scene was sick, dude. So we started getting gassed up. Once the shield went down because of all the 5 salt pillars getting destroyed, they were like, yo, it's time. it's time. We gotta leave this to the new heroes. And it was so sick. Freaking Victor said it. He said, let's see, where is it? Yes, now we pass the torch to a new generation of heroes. The legend of heroes. I was like, oh my freaking god. So, okay, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. So right when everything got deactivated, I really was like, go. I was like, oh my god, here we go. So they show them leaving the pillars and they're all destroyed. The shield comes down. And then, what do you know? Guess what they start playing?
Understood. Commence phase 3 of Operation Shining Steel.
Yes.
The Courageous 2 will now begin
Begin
its
the
assault on the fortress. Prepare
And just
yourselves,
look at
Class
this scene,
7.
dude. Look at it. Whenever this happens, I like sit up in my chair. I get all hyped.
Activate noise suppression
Yes.
and optical camouflage now.
This song is
Courageous
ours,
2,
bro.
full speed.
Like, look at this. Obviously, you know, they had those dudes coming to run interference. That doesn't matter. They're like, yo, thrusters full speed. Turn off the cloaking. Turn off the noise suppression.
and optical
Yo, we're going
camouflage.
straight in. I was like,
20 seconds until we reach maximum speed.
look at them standing on the deck, looking all sick.
Here they come.
Yes, just like we
Like,
expected.
actually insane, dude. I remember I never thought that the rescue scene from Trails 2 could be
Confirmed
topped,
visual on the
but it did
Glorious.
get topped. It got topped.
12 additional Ouroboros ships also confirmed.
So they start fighting in the air and all that.
Well, what are you waiting for?
And then, you know, we suit
Activate
up.
interception
Everyone
lasers
gets
and
in their
missile
freaking
pods.
suits. They're
Deploy
fighting
the
all
main
these ions
cannon.
or the soldats coming at them. I was like, dude, this is sick.
Deploying interception lasers and
This is
missile
actually sick.
pods.
Soldats and Zabers soldats.
Deploying main cannon.
Ash is just saying there like, yo, what the heck am I even supposed to do? I don't have range. It really is awesome because this is Class 7, dude. When I see this, I think about the trials they went through in the beginning of the game, how they used to hate each other. You know? They hated each other. This is character progression at the highest level. Then the ions start coming over, I'm like, psh, that's nothing. What the heck are they gonna do? Crow comes in and slices one of them. Like, woo! Sheesh. Let's go, Crow. And then the song picks up again, it loops. It's like, Green, let's go! I was like, oh no, they're gonna do the combo
Let's do
attack.
this.
Woo! Sick. Got Goku and Vegeta. Or Naruto and Sasuke. The deadly domination, baby. One shot it. I was like, oh my god, this is peak. Pure peak!
The path is clear.
Then they're like, alright, let's get up in there. Full
Full speed ahead. Raise impact shields. We'll power through the Glorious's barrage and aim for the opening in the Imperial Fortress's outer walls.
Yes, Captain.
Raise the impact
we get up in
shields.
there, they drop us down, and they're like, it's time. This is it. And it was kind of funny. It was kind of wholesome, too, because, like, we're all standing there. Reen's getting ready to give his speech. And then they're like, we'll do this. We'll do this speech. So I'll just put in the freaking speech here. I'm just going to pause it, put it in.
Oh man. Guess there's no turning back now, huh?
Right. Our only option is to press on.
The Courageous 2 is engaged in a fierce battle, and my father and those at the Pales are still far away.
Right. And all our other allies are scattered across the continent.
The only ones here are us and our foes.
In addition, the war is surely underway by now. Though the first day will only be light skirmishes, I've no doubt that by tomorrow it will be a bloodbath.
Yeah. The Imperial Army's advance was halted in Liberal and Remiferia. But I'm sure before long, they'll deploy my dad with the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions.
Cassius guessed that the Imperial Army has a 60% chance of winning. If he's right, Erebonia will take over the entire
And then the Great One will have total control over everything. Everyone on the continent will become its servants, just like the gnomes.
Even Mille Mirage, our only plan to stop them, will cause millions of casualties. That carnage will lead to the Great One's completion as well.
Indeed. Were that to happen, a new battle would begin. One that may very well lead to mankind's extinction.
So no matter what happens, we're gonna go through hell.
We can't worry about any of that now. This will be the turning point.
Right. Everything's resting on this. But you know what? It doesn't really faze me. Probably because we're all here together. As Class 7. You're right. We finally have every member of Class 7 back with us. Including my sister, and Ash.
Aw, Tilly! I'm glad to be back too.
Hey, I've been back for a while. Don't go digging up old crap.
Now that I think about it, this really is the first time we're all together. Crow wasn't with us when we fought the Dark Dragon.
You're right, Emma. He was still on the wrong team back then.
Hey, get off my back, okay? Can we just let my dark past go already?
It's your own fault. Let's not forget your little stint as C either.
Looking back, the whole masked terrorist persona you had was rather cringe-inducing.
Just admit it, Crow. You love that edgelord look. Don't call it that. I look badass, okay?
The world's about to end, but look at us. Same as always.
Maybe it's because the world's about to end. But now, we know what we need to do. All that's left is to move forward.
Yes. Every member of Class 7 will move as one. Together we are a single blade, forged by our bonds.
Agreed. This may be the greatest challenge we've ever faced, but I know we will rise to meet it. As a swordsman of the Vander School, I must fight for what I believe in, no matter the challenge.
Yes, and the Panzer Soldats are in top condition. I trust they'll be of some help in the battles to come, alongside Ordine.
Got it. Thanks. Okay, listen up.
Hold on there, Reen. You think we're gonna let you do the big speech all by yourself again?
Crow's right. You've been hogging the spotlight on your own for way too long.
We talked this over and decided we should do this as a team.
So let's all give the final order together.
It's a big responsibility, but you don't need to do it alone. Share it with us.
Okay, you win. Let's do it then. But only if you promise to make it the best one yet.
You bet.
Sheesh, way to put the pressure on.
Members of Class 7, our final mission begins now. Fierce battles await us. The Vermilion, Auric, and Ebon Knights stand in our path.
And we'll also need to face their Awakeners. In the Vermilion Knights sent Cedric Rysay Arnor, Crown Prince of Erebonia.
Rufus Alberea, the Jade Rook, leader of the Iron Bloods and the Governor General of Crossbell. And now, the Awakener of the Auric Knight.
Claire Revelt, the Railway Military Police's Icy Maiden, will be waiting for us there as well. Though she's not an Awakener, she'll stand against us as one of the Iron Bloods.
Same goes for Scarecrow. Major Lecter Arundel, member of the Intelligence Division and another one of Osborn's Iron Bloods.
Ouroboros will also stand in our way. Such as the mysterious Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool, the Grand Master's right hand.
Not to mention Bloody Shirley, the Sanguine Ogre. She'll probably be with the Prince.
Mariabelle Croyce, Ouroboros' third Anguis and the daughter of Crossbell's former mayor. Also known as the Wellspring Alchemist. She's a genius with a twisted personality.
There's also Enforcer number 1, McBurn, the almighty conflagration, whose full potential is still a mystery. Perhaps that wavering shadow you saw was his true form.
There's also the chief of the gnomes and head of the Black Workshop, Franz Reinford, now known as Black Alberic.
And finally, the Awakener of the Ebon Knight, Gileath Osborn, the Blood and Iron Chancellor. He is also the reincarnation of the Lionheart Emperor, Dreikel's Rysay Arnor.
Not only is their power in a completely different league from ours, they'll be well prepared. But we're just as ready as they are.
It's taken us 2.5 years to get here, and we've learned a lot on the way. And on top of all that experience, we have the spirit of Thor's and the will of the Radiant Wings at our backs.
There's no way Gramps and the others are gonna beat us. We'll take them on anywhere, anytime.
Right. All that's left is to prove it. There's no barrier we can't overcome. After all, we're Thor's Military Academy's Class 7.
We shall lend you our power.
Defeat the other Divine Knights and put a stop to the Ebon Knights' madness.
I'll be with you guys every step of the way.
The Imperial Fortress is, what, 1,200 years old? That's not bad for a final stage. Now, everyone, let's get started. Let's bring an end to this crappy fairy tale, once and for all.
Right!
You know, Altina brought up Ash being, you know, his little arc, and then them bringing up Crow, Ever bringing up Crow's past with C and all that, and the liberation, and you know, him being an edgelord and cringe. That was just freaking hilarious. And then Crow, you already know Crow wanted to do this for the longest time. The hand extended. All right, Class 7, let's do this. Like, it was great. So yeah, and right then I stopped the recording, and I haven't even walked through the door yet. So I will be doing that right now. Once again, love this game. I know Trails to the Reverie just came out. And actually, since it's the Steam Summer Sale, like, I have all the Trails games in my basket right now, and I'm going to buy it once I'm done with the game today, so I can play the previous ones. Honestly, I might just go straight into the next game, and then once I finish it, I'll play the older ones, because when I heard there was going to be another Trails game, I was like, what is there even going to be? This seems like the finale to me, right? So we'll see. I have no clue what's in store for the next game. But yeah, thanks everyone who watched. This was longer than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'll see you once we finish the game. Take it easy.